And for this pricing, no other machines can compete to the mileage and the power delivery too. And here we go. Hello REVSOUL here, welcome you all guys to a new video. The bike in front of me needs no introduction because people call it as the Lord Splendor. Launched as a successor for Hero Honda CD100 in the year 1994 and still continuing its legendary ride even after 32 plus years. And today in front of me is the Hero's latest Hero Splendor plus Xtec variant. So let's get to know about the latest bike from Hero. Starting with the paint scheme, the bike has got a glossy black paint finish and with a blue color stickering. Apart from the stickering and paint finish, Hero got another 11 paint variants. So we have got numerous paint variants for this Hero Splendor. Now let's check the front section of the bike. In the front we have got the similar design from the previous generation, but Hero just introduced a newer DRL for the LED DRL in the front, which can be used in the night time. And looking at the lighting setup, this bike has got the halogen lighting setup, but Hero has already introduced LED lighting for Hero Splendor in other variants. And indicators wise, we get the halogen bulbs. Even though these are halogen bulbs, these illuminate very brightly even in this harsh sunlight. And looking at the rear side, we get the similar taillight setup for the Hero Splendor. And before getting on the bike, let's look at the seats. The bike has got a lengthier and a bit wider seats with a bit more stiffer cushioning, but it is still comfortable for city commuting. And getting on the bike, the first thing we'll be noticing will be the seat height. The bike has got a seat height of like 785 millimeter. I'm a 5'8" guy. I have complete planted foot on both sides, so no issue with the seat height and all. And the weight also, because the bike weighs only like 112 kilograms, so it's so much easier to move around the parking lot and stuff. And looking at the handlebar switches, we get the single switch integrated for bright, pass, everything, and the hazard switch, the indicators, the horn. In the right side, it's for I3's function, which the Hero the Hero scooters and bikes comes with. And we also get the ignition, completely basic switches. Before going to the meter console, let's check out the keys for Hero Splendor. These are the keys for Hero Splendor, the Hero engraving and the logo also engraved in the keys. This is the basic key for Hero. And looking at the meter console, we get a fully digital meter console with a bigger speedometer. It's been written "Hello my Hero," okay. And we get the fuel indication, like the average kilometer per liter, the fuel consumption. Here we get the warning symbols, and pressing this mode button we get the trip A, trip B, and that's a very basic meter console. And in the side we get a Type A charging port for charging our phones or other devices while on the ride. And now let's check out the main thing for this motorcycle, the engine. Right now the Hero Splendor plus Xtec got the 97.2cc single cylinder air cooled engine, a completely brutal engine. Even with the 8 bhp and 8 Nm of torque, people are doing crazy stuff on this motorcycle, using this bike as if it is a mini truck. People used to carry loads with this 8 bhp and 8 Nm of torque. And to completely put a stop to this motorcycle, Hero just provided a 240mm disc rotors in the front with the 2-piston endurance calipers. There is no ABS for the brakes currently on this bike, but soon there will be an ABS updation for the Hero Splendor. And in the rear side we get the 130mm drum braking setup. The previous braking setup we have already seen and experienced. And looking at the tires, we get the C8 Secura Zoom F tires with the 80 section tires in the front and an 80 section tires in the rear side with the newer alloy wheels, 18-inch alloy wheels for this motorcycle. And looking at the suspension, we get a hydraulic telescopic suspension in the front side and a 5-stage preload adjustable spring type suspension in the rear side, which is completely set to provide that decent comfort while on the ride. And the ground clearance, yes, we get a 165mm ground clearance, so don't need to worry about things hitting onto your bash plate or anything. And before going for a short ride, let's also hear the exhaust note. And that's it. Now let's go for a short ride on the Lord Splendor. And finally we have reached the highway, so let's see how the Lord Splendor performs. So let's do a 0 to 60 since we have a proper open road. And here we go. and that's it. Maximum we can reach up to a speed of like 93 km per hour, and the top speed, I mean the sweet spot, will be like 75 km in the highways. And talking about the mileage figures which the Hero Splendor is made for, we can expect up to a mileage of like 75 km in cities and up to like average of 85 km in highways if you are riding peacefully up in like 70 km per hour on highways. And talking about the tractability, let's check the tractability too. In the 4th gear, in 35, no knocking. Let's go down to 25. Okay, there is a bit of a small knocking in the 4th gear while traveling the 25 km per hour, which is not at all a bad thing. The motorcycle handles so much greatly. Even in the 4th gear, 26 km per hour, the machine handles very well. And talking about the vibrations, yeah, we do feel a small vibration just in the higher RPMs on the handlebars and the brake and clutch levers, but no other dirty vibration on the foot pegs or on the seats, which so provides a much more comfortable ride. And talking about the handling, yeah, it's 112 kilograms, so it's so much nimble, easy to filter traffic. And so does motorcycle have a small wobbling while traveling in the highways, especially when heavy trucks pass by us. Since the motorcycle is only 112 kilograms, we feel a small wobbling, but not a greater wobbling to the competitor of the Honda Shine, which is only like 99 kilograms. And talking about the pricing, yeah, the Lord Splendor cost about like 1,07,000 rupees on road on Kerala Trivandrum. And for this pricing, no other machines can compete to the mileage and the power delivery too. Because of the introduced all new fuel injection system, the ride is much more smoother than the older carburetor models. And the bike I am riding now doesn't have ABS, but soon it will be getting ABS and other aids like ride-by-wire and other riding mode aids, since the Hero has already provided to their 125 series motorcycles like Hero Glamour X and the Extreme 125. So let's expect those kind of features in the next variant for the Hero Splendor Xtec. Braking bikes, even though the bike doesn't have ABS, the braking bike is insane for this motorcycle. And that's it. I think I have shown you much of the details of the all new Hero Splendor Xtec. If there are a few doubts, feel free to comment. I'll be there clearing all your doubts. So let's catch up in the next video. Until then, it's a bye from me. Bye bye.